What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Stomped You Out show. I am Steve, got Rodriguez to my left, Keith down below. No, damn. This is episode number 12 of season 2. Another loss is in the books. So remember how last week we talked about this being like a repetitive show and all the Giant shows that you can ever possibly listen to right now are repetitive shows? Well, we're one of them, and there's good reason for it. It's because the Giants suck. 9 straight losses now, fellas. 9 in a row for the New York Football Giants. But before we get to the Giants show, give me a moment to share it out. Keith, you missed us last week, and we missed you last week. So how was that?
That was good. Not miss you guys, but the reason why I miss you guys, had a new addition to the family, so was a little bit busy.
Congratulations,
welcome
Grandpa.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yep. Baby Cairo, 8 pounds. I think it was 1 ounce. Big boy.
Just like his grandpa.
Giants could use him in about 22 years.
Yeah.
It's a good name, too. It's a good football name.
He's doing really well. He's at home. He'll be over here Saturday. He got spayed, neutered, got all his Portello shots and kennel cough shots and everything else.
Did we switch to a dog? Did you get a new dog?
No, just they now as soon as the baby's born, they start giving shots and everything else. So it was just funny because they do the same thing with the dogs. They start pushing dogs with shots right away. So I just tried to make it funny. Apparently, it didn't work.
Typical.
Nah, I killed it for you. I'm sorry. I should have let that one go.
It's all right. You murdered my punchline, but
I murdered the punchline,
so don't worry about it.
Just like Brave. Oh,
but yeah, happy times.
Congrats.
And it helped me stay distracted from the fact that we just suck. I was really looking forward to getting back to the show this week, though, so we can continue talking about how much we suck. I think the topics this week are Shermer sucks. When are we firing him? The Giants suck. The defense sucks. The offensive line sucks. How many injuries we got? On a bright note, Odell Beckham sucks, but that has nothing to do with the Giants, unfortunately.
See, Farace sucks. Brian Holmes sucks.
Stephen Farace, I know you're listening to the Belcher interview. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, guys.
Oh, thank God.
Well, here's the deal with Mr. Belcher. I listened to some of these interviews on the Giants feed, and they're just like it's either the coaches are being ridiculous or the reporters are being ridiculous because some of the questions that get asked and some of the answers from some of these coaches are just like ridiculous. So a couple of the things that got spoken about was, the Giants defense on Monday night against the Eagles, and we'll jump right into that. Especially the first half and most of the second half held the Eagles in check. They actually did a good job, getting Wentz a little bit out of sorts. And so one of the questions that were asked of Mr. Belcher was, should we have seen an improvement in the defense weeks ago? And so, how do you answer that question as a coach? If you answer it, honestly, of course you should have seen an improvement weeks ago. You should have seen improvement from week 1 based on what we did last year. But the personnel is not right. We've spoken about that for 2 years now about Shermer and his play calling, Belcher and his play calling. But the fact of the matter is, and the reporter nailed it right on. He was trying to back him into a corner, and it was just, week 14, we finally saw some improvement, but we gave up 2 big plays two big drives late in the fourth quarter, and of course that overtime, which Zach Ertz was just like, "Hey, I'm in the end zone. Nobody's around me. Come and throw the ball. Hurry up, throw the ball."
Great coverage.
Jumping jack in there. But
It's
just
the late game touchdown.
Yeah, that Tim called that. But down around where they were, it was like Thanos. It was inevitable for them to score that touchdown. But just listening to the coaches in general, it's like enough already. We don't want to hear all your bullshit, all your excuses. And yes, people are improving and this and that, but enough already. That's what I took from that Belcher interview.
We got to win eventually.
Yeah, right. I mean,
they'll get good. They'll get good eventually. Isn't that one of their phrases too? They'll get better eventually.
Well, I think that's what Shermer said. I think he said, "Well, as we keep playing games, eventually we got to start winning." No, you don't, because if you are continuously outcoached by the other team, even a team with the best talent, which unfortunately at this time we're not, we're getting there. We do have some good talent, but a team with the best talent will get outcoached by a better coach every single time. And you may win a couple of more based on your talent, but you're not going to win it all.
Is giving up 17, let's look at last week. Just be specific on last week. Is giving up 17 to the Eagles good or bad?
23.
Yeah. Okay, is that good or bad? Because I was still thinking
Well, I mean, 23 points to the Eagles. The Eagles are kind of like a middle of the road offense. They didn't have many of their guys, so
it's a bad performance again. Another bad performance then by the Giants.
Right, I would call it bad. I would definitely call it bad. I mean,
why is it bad? Because we play prevent and we don't attack anybody. Maybe that's why.
Well, I think, and Tim mentioned this, and I think Tim might join us here in a second. But Tim talked about how the Giants, and we'll get in a little bit more in detail, but talked about how the Giants didn't make any second half adjustments. So for me, it was a tale of two halves, or even fourth quarter was the big couple of drives. But definitely, I mean, the Giants held the Eagles to 3 points in the first half. That's where I thought that they played better. Pass rush was there. They disrupted some things.
They were disruptive, yeah.
But the Eagles made adjustments at halftime, and we didn't on offense or on defense. And here's Timmy.
Timmy's on you right now.
Tim's at the movie theater.
I just wanted to check in.
Hey, what are you seeing? Oh, this is the commercial in the movie theater where it says don't use cell phones.
I just want to say Shermer sucks, Betcher sucks, the O-line sucks, and the defense sucks.
We covered all those topics already, Tim.
Yeah,
took us all but 5 minutes.
Show's over.
Show's pretty much over.
Yeah. So let's get to the picks.
All right, so
I'll say one thing.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Enjoy the movie.
Yeah,
I had a little bit of insight, and it was just visual. Unfortunately, I didn't hear a little bit of insight of Coach Shermer in the locker room for halftime. This is just the visual take on it. That was Coach Shermer at halftime.
What's his name?
Gary Shermer.
Gary Shermer.
Yes.
Hey, listen, for all of you guys that are tuning in or going to tune in, there is a link in the description of this video. You got to click on that link and authorize StreamYard, so that if you put any comments in here, we can actually see who's commenting and see your little profile picture and whatnot. We'll be able to see what you say, but we won't see who is saying it. So if you say anything nasty about my friend Keith, then you're a coward because we can't tell who you are, and Keith will find you.
Why are you threatening people?
The Giants don't threaten anybody. We get threatened.
What's wrong with you?
So it was a tale of two halves, and clearly outcoached, outclassed in the particularly in the fourth quarter, and then that drive in overtime. It was like, what happened? It was like, quick like that. But I did want to talk a little bit about Eli and his performance. Clearly, he helped out Saquon from a standpoint in which he identifies a rush defense a little bit quicker than Danny Dimes can.
Absolutely.
And right, and we spoke about this last week. And Keith, I don't know if you were able to listen into the show, but we, one of the interviews from last week was Shermer, and they asked him. So the reporter said, "Do you think Eli, Saquon can benefit from Eli starting because he's quicker about his IQ, his football IQ is higher than Danny Dimes. Nothing against Danny Dimes, rookie." And Shermer said, "No. Danny Dimes has done a great job identifying defenses." And what did they talk about for 5 minutes on the Monday Night Football show telecast? Danny Dimes has struggled this year picking up changes in defense
because he's a rookie.
Because he's a rookie,
surprise.
Again, right? And nothing against him. So Eli goes 11 of 19. I forget how many yards in the first half, but finishes 15 of 30 overall. So he was 4 for 11 in the second half. Also tells me we didn't make any adjustments there. The Eagles made the adjustment on defense also. So
how ridiculous was that flea flicker play that they did?
My God.
What was that about? I mean,
that was
on.
the worst attempt at a flea flicker I've ever seen in my life. I'm glad you pointed that out.
That I almost shut the TV off when I saw that.
I slept through most of the game when I was pretty happy I did. But do you think that this solidified Shermer's exit? I mean, I'm shocked. I'll be honest, I'm a little shocked that he's not gone yet. I'm shocked that he's still on the team. He's still coaching the team. I think he should be gone now. Just pull the Band-Aid and start the process now because he's garbage. He's literal garbage. And now he's taking the Giant fans for idiots, thinking that we don't understand that Eli is going to be better at reading the defense than Danny Dimes and saying that how he's done a great job.
He's in Phoenix, Arizona, talking to old people.
Right. And it's not that the reporter or whoever was asking that question said Danny Dimes is terrible at reading defenses. No, for a rookie, he's not bad at it. He's actually, for a rookie, he's good. But he is nowhere at the level of Eli Manning, who has superior football intelligence and has played the game for a long time in many high-pressure situations. So to even
you can't compare the two. You can't compare them.
Of course not. And it's not a knock at Danny Dimes.
Disrespects Eli. Now, one thing is to not like. He doesn't like the guy. Maybe he's got a problem with the family. Maybe he doesn't like the dad. There could be a lot of different things, to be honest. But to disrespect him like that, the guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's a two-time world champion.
And another
two-time MVP.
Another thing to remember is,
are you kidding me?
Eli Manning played 100. How many games with the Giants? Not once has he missed a game due to injury. Danny Dimes' first year, he already missed now 2 games due to injury.
Well,
so and that's not a knock at Danny Dimes. It's just saying how good Eli was and what we had with Eli. So
well, that
Eli
was
Man. I'm hoping Eli Man. I'll get into the picks later, but I'm hoping Eli Man gets the win because he's officially one game under 500 as a quarterback now after that loss last week. So I'm hoping he gets a little bit of a walk.
That sucks that he's going to have a career. He's going to be under 500 for his career.
Right. So I'm hoping
next year with somebody else, which he might.
I'm hoping he has a last hurrah. The home crowd beats the Dolphins, gets back to 500. And then Danny Dimes will be back, whatever.
We should beat the Dolphins.
I mean, you guys know my feeling on the whole win-loss record of the quarterback. It's crazy for me. Yeah. There's so much that goes into a football game that is out of the control of the quarterback. It's like giving up the point guard a win-loss record in basketball.
Well, it's like a pitcher in baseball. Look at DeGrom. DeGrom's win-loss record. You have pitchers who have half the talent of him with a much better win-loss record. Sometimes you have to look a little deeper into the stats.
You can, but that's a little harder. The thing is, as a player, as a competitor, that's your record. That's what you feel is your record. That's your winning percentage. You take it on yourself as a competitor, and whether it's factual or not, or whether it's right or wrong, that's going to be his record. That's what he's going to take, and the only one that really matters is what he thinks of it. He's the only guy that really matters.
But shouldn't, if we're going to talk about win-loss record for a quarterback, shouldn't we add a win-loss record for maybe the captain on defense? Or because they have just as much control over things sometimes as a quarterback.
It's not the factual part of it. You're right. You're absolutely 100% right. It's the actual way it is. Sometimes things are the way they are. And the quarterback is the leader of the team. He's the guy that takes the win-loss record. He's the one that takes the loss. He's the one that gets the win. That's kind of how it's always been.
Yeah,
you're right. Though. You're 100% right. But Eli's record is going to be under 500.
So do you think,
at the end of the day,
Farace, to your point, do you think we should do like a war for football players? Wins after replacement?
I guess. But think of it like this: like I could be a quarterback and throw 550 yards, and I throw an 80-yard bomb to Victor Cruz, and he drops it with no time left on the clock, and I lose the game by 1 point. But I have 550 yards passing. I have, I'm 34 for 48 passing. My quarterback rating is 155. It's perfect. It's as much, but I get the loss.
Yeah,
it sucks, but it is the way it is.
Yeah, that's what happens.
No, it's a team loss. It shouldn't be a quarterback loss. But pitchers are the same thing too. But baseball, now they have the WAR, which kind of passes that win-loss around. Just it's much different, but it still gives you a better idea. Like, if this player is in the game, he will win you this X amount more games than the average player for that position.
The average juice bag,
which is also tough, right? Because that's baseball, so I'm not going to get into it. But in football, you're dedicated to a position, where in baseball, not so much anymore. So I think that would actually work in football if they were to start implementing something similar.
I forget who it was. I really wish I remembered who it was. Some douchebag on Twitter put Eli Manning is under 500, but he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, okay. And then the responses were coming left and right. Turns out that there's 3 Hall of Famers, including Joe Namath, who are 500 or worse, and they're in the Hall of Fame. So, and now this guy's top 10 in everything. He's number 7 in passing yards. He passed Roethlisberger, but that'll probably change next year when Roethlisberger gets back.
Listen, he don't control pass defense, rush defense. He don't control that. All he can do is control when he has the ball and after it leaves his hand, whether it's caught or not. As long as the pass is good, that's not his problem. If he's constantly on the run and he's constantly on his back, that's not his fault. There's a lot of things that are not in your control.
One pet peeve of mine is the interception. It always goes against the quarterback. It's a stat that hurts the quarterback.
It could be tipped in the air all over the place.
It's tipped in the air. It could be it could definitely be the wrong route, which a lot of times it is. When you're supposed to be at a certain route, you're not there. There's a lot of stats to it, but that goes against the quarterback, just like the win or the loss.
Yeah.
And the fame and the money and the women. You get that too as a quarterback. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's saying, hey, I play nickelback for the Jaguars. It's not the same as I'm the quarterback of the Jaguars. It's just not the same.
It's not. But also, it seems unfair, but they also get paid to take that weight, I guess. So
they do. Even if it's not deserving.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I used to have a
quick non-Giants topic. Real quick, we'll shoot through it. Do you think Tom Brady will retire after this year? Just curious what you guys think.
No, I don't think so.
He's got a contract. He's going to get paid. Unless they fire him, I don't think he's going to retire.
No.
I
think he's starting to get there.
I think the better question is, does he play in New England next year?
I'll take him.
Huh?
I'll take him.
It'd be great if he goes to the Jets.
Well, the rumors are that if he leaves and goes anywhere, it's to like San Diego.
He won't play in that same division.
Jeez, it's the Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry.
Yeah, well,
I tried to go a full season without going San Diego and whatever. All right,
St. Louis Cardinals.
One huge positive out of the game on Monday night was once again Darius Slayton coming up big catches. He led the team in targets. He had 8 targets, 5 catches, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. He now let me see if I can find it again. He now leads all wide receiver rookies in touchdowns. Did not see that coming.
We have some future players. I mean, there are guys on this team that can perform and can be top players, but the offensive and defensive schemes on this team are ridiculous. I mean, Eli came in. I don't think we scored 10 points with the rookie in that game. Eli played a really good game, I thought.
Oh my! That it's just a thing. When Eli throws the ball, it's just like a thing of beauty. That pass to Slayton, the longer touchdown, Slayton's fast as hell. So he beat everybody. He got into the secondary and past the secondary, and Eli just floats it up on the money. Like it's a joy to watch Eli throw the ball most of the time.
Where do you see Eli playing next year? Where do you see him retiring?
I don't see him retiring. If you listen to his interview before the game, he said he wants to play. And 2 things that he's learned from being on the sideline: he does not want to be a coach, and he does not want to be a backup. So the backup thing, I kind of leads me to believe he wants to play again next year, only in a starter situation. Is it? Maybe he goes to the Chargers, where he was originally supposed to play.
Wow.
Because
that would be bad. I'd be mad as hell.
Yeah.
That came back.
But I don't know. But Rivers, there's thoughts of him going to maybe Jacksonville. I don't know. There's a lot of different scenarios.
Coughlin's in charge of Jacksonville, isn't he?
Yeah. Eli might
it seems like the fit, because they're still sort of kind of like flaky on quarterback. I mean, they don't have a real guy, and
their defense is stats going on up there.
Yeah, but to try to really win with a good defense, you could bring Eli in, and he'll get you there.
Yeah, it's funny. They talked about how what's the name of the Jags quarterback that they signed? No, it's not Minshew, but the guy that got hurt. But the
guy that was on the
Eagles.
Foley.
Yeah, Foles.
Foles.
Right,
Foles. So it's funny they were talking about how Nick Foles outplayed the Patriots and Tom Brady, but he loses his job to Minshew. It's funny.
You believe that?
What, Foley?
Wow. Yeah, Folder.
Yeah, Foles. I think you're covering your microphone again, Keith.
I'm not.
I don't like your attitude.
No, I'm not.
I don't like your attitude. He's answering you.
You did a little bit, but I think you're good again. Let's take a really quick break from just the Giants. I want to go through some of the games from last week, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the Giants, and then we'll go into our Week 15. Look, we wait all this time for football to get here, and then it's gone like that. And if you're a Giants fan, it's gone in September. So,
and I'll be honest, I need to hurry up. This season needs to end already.
Yeah, I know. All right, so this is last week. So the Bears beat them boys.
That was nice. That was nice.
So they beat the Cowboys on Thursday night last week. Falcons over the Panthers. Good game. The Bucks. The Bucks were down
over the Colts,
and then they came back and won. The Snooze Bowl. The Jets and the Dolphins. Dolphins scored 7 field goals.
They were so mad.
Points.
Jets beat. Was so pissed.
He was. Well, it kind of got screwed a little bit. That last player too.
Steaming pile of doo-doo.
I put money on the 49ers to beat the Saints. The spread was 1.5. The damn Saints came back and took the lead, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to lose money on this. And then the 49ers won by 2, covering the spread of 1.5. The Vikings beat the Lions.
Congratulations, Gamblers Anonymous.
Thank you so much. I'm a degenerate. What do you want me to say?
Yeah,
the Lions just laying down for people now. The Broncos whooped up on the Texans.
Where did that come from? Wow.
I think the Broncos is if there's a such thing, the Broncos are a pretty good 5-8 team.
There's no such thing as a pretty good 5-8 team.
There you go. The Bills played the Ravens really tough. The Bills' defense is for real.
I was shocked at how tough that game was for the Ravens. I thought the Ravens, honestly, I know the Bills are good, but I thought the Ravens were going to kind of mop them up a bit, But
Bills are a solid team.
I kind of thought that too. Heading on to the Battle of Ohio, the Browns had a lot of trouble with the Bengals, but they came out on top.
Doo-doo wins.
Doo-doo in the poo-poo. The Packers also had some struggles with the Redskins, but they won 20-15. Chargers whooped up on the Jags.
Wow, I didn't expect that. That's a big whooping.
Right? 45-10.
35.
The Steelers are in the playoffs if they started today without Ben Roethlisberger. I wonder how he feels about that. A running back has been on the shelf. Juju Smith-Schuster has been trash, and now he's hurt. But the Steelers are getting both Juju Smith-Schuster and Connor back this week.
That's a name, huh? That's a real name.
Juju Smith Jr. Titans continue to roll. They won 42-21. Ryan Tannehill continues to torment the Dolphins.
The league. He's destroying the league, dude.
Putting up big
kidding
numbers.
Me?
The local sports radio down here was going on and saying, "Oh, Titans fans, you're going to be disappointed." They're almost wishing and hoping and kind of juju on the Titans because they do not want Ryan Tannehill to succeed. They keep blaming him for their loss of playoffs for 8 years, but it was really the talent and coaching around him. I think Tannehill was good enough to get into the playoffs and even sustain a couple wins in the playoffs. He's a quarterback that's serviceable with the right system.
Well, I hear that they have a great offensive line over there. Mm-hmm. That's why he's doing so well.
Maybe the number one running back in the league in Derrick Henry.
Right. So I mean, that's all the quarterback needs. Give me a running back. Give me a great line. That gives me enough time to pass.
And the Dolphins haven't had any of
he's
that.
Average.
Never
at least average. And right. With good players and system, he can do it.
Quick fantasy football story. I was looking for a quarterback because I had the Bills quarterback, and I wasn't really feeling it against the Ravens. So I went on. I was like, I wonder if Tannehill's available. So some douchebag in our league dropped Tannehill Saturday. And so waivers, the restrictions, you can't pick him up until Monday. So I was like, damn. So I left him in. This guy from Buffalo throws immediately within the first quarter and a half. He's got -4 points. -4. He finishes with I think 13. Tannehill has 43.
Yeah, he went crazy. I saw his stats, man. He went berserk.
I lost. So I'm out of the playoffs. I'm done. I'm out. Keith, you won though, right? I think.
Yep.
Boom. The show can still have a champion. One beneath.
Yeah, I gotta set my.
I'm 11-2 in my league.
No,
what time's the game tonight? 8:00, right?
Yeah, 8:20.
Yeah, let's make the picks because so you could write them down for me.
You sent yours in.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No.
You don't follow directions.
I told you I wasn't going to. I always tell you that.
Did you watch
I'm gonna write it on the back of my son's math homework.
It doesn't make me feel bad.
It's the second grade math, guys.
I don't remember all my picks off the top of my head, and I can't go back to them right now.
Here we go.
I'm on my phone.
Blah 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 blah.
I gotta do everything around here.
You gotta do something. Just do that.
I sent you my picks already.
I know, but now I'm gonna.
Don't talk to people so rudely, Farace.
Everybody relax.
So rude to people. Gosh.
Everybody calm down. I'm trying to get the picks.
If something's off, something's off. It's all good. I wrote them down already. We'll still revert back to that.
Fine. Let me get this paper ready so I can write down Rodriguez's picks.
So let's go. Let's talk a little bit about the first game on that list, and that's the Ravens and Jets. I think the Jets are going to slaughter the Ravens. I mean, they're obviously a superior team.
Can you just calm down for a second?
Just calm down for a second. Calm down. Calm down for a second.
I think you're the ones get your nipples all in a frenzy. I'm calm, dude. Look at you. You're panicking.
You smuggling peas over there?
Yeah.
Nipple boy. The Ravens and the Jets. Wow. This is a hard choice.
This is going to be Rodriguez's picks.
What's that say?
That's so sweet.
What's that say?
Oops.
I can't read it.
Douchebag.
Oh.
Hey, whoever just commented LOL, go ahead and click that link that's in the description of this video.
I can't see the comments.
So that you can so I can see who made the comment. So that'll help us. Click the link that's in the description and then authorize StreamYard, and then I can see who you are. Show yourself. It was funny, but thank you. The Patriots lost last week. The Rams beat the Seahawks, and we all picked the Seahawks because they were undefeated on the road. And then, of course, we know exactly what happened with the Giants and Eagles. So let's fast forward a little bit to week 15 here. That's too much work, says the Facebook user. Can't click.
That's got to be Joe.
Click a link. Jeez. All right, let's get to the picks this week.
Oh my God.
Coming in about 40 minutes. We got the Jets at the Ravens. I mean, this is a clear.
Definitely got this.
I'll take the Ravens.
You are super muffled. You're covering up your microphone. You dirty little guy.
I did that to annoy you. Did it work?
No.
Yes,
Damn.
it did.
Hold on.
It
How about now? How's it working now? Yeah, I think Darnold is going to win this game for them, but the Ravens will still have more points, so I'm picking the Ravens.
Yeah, I got the Ravens here.
Good Lord.
I'm just writing Ravens down for you because I know you're not picking
I already said it, so don't worry about it. Ravens for sure.
The cheating continues.
Yes.
Oh,
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
What is going on with the Patriots? Why they're cheating? They're recording the Bengals. They're recording the 0-12 Bengals.
I so bad want to pick the Bengals. I know.
Yeah,
because if they feel they need to cheat against the Bengals, and then they got caught, I so bad want to pick the Bengals.
You're not trying if you're not cheating. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
See, the New York in you has to back down for a second because that's how we roll.
The Astros are cheaters, and so are the Patriots. Well, the Patriots we've known for a very long time.
We got one of the cheaters managing our team.
We did. I mean, I would love for the Bengals to win, and I don't know. Part of me thinks that these guys were like, we don't want to be. We're not the same team as we've been in the past. And we do not want to be embarrassed by the Cincinnati Bengals. But I'm still going with the Patriots.
Come on, you got to pick the Pats. Come on.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, Pats. The Bucks, Tampa Bay Bucks, 6-7, head to Detroit to play the really hapless Lions at this point. They're not showing any life on either side of the ball. I'm going to go with the Bucks here.
Buccaneers.
I'm pretty sure I picked the Bucks too.
All right, that sounds fair. Here's a good matchup. The Texans head to Tennessee to play the red hot, sizzling
the 2 T's
Titans. Houston 8-5, Titans 8-5.
Texans.
You're going with the Texans. This is where it would help, and I'll look it up right now to see what Timmy picked.
I know you should look. You should see what Timmy picked because we got to pick whatever he didn't pick.
Timmy picked the Texans.
Oh shit, bad.
Shajbat.
Yeah. I'm still gonna stick with mine. Texans.
Yeah, I tend to see the Texans winning this game, and I ain't lying to you.
All right, so we got the Titans. Rodriguez, you picked Texans, right?
Yep.
All right. On to the Broncos at the Chiefs. The best 5-8 team out there. The Denver Broncos against the 9-4 Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. But I would not be surprised if the Broncos pulled this one out. Their defense has been pretty good, and Mahomes is banged up. I haven't seen a status on him, but he injured his hand, his throwing hand, actually, last week. So I haven't checked up on him to see how he's been. But I'm still going with the Chiefs.
Chiefs. I'm really close to going to the Broncos, though. To be honest, it's that close, I think.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, I went with the Chiefs because they're home.
Yeah, good. That's kind of why I did it.
Because of what?
Because they're home.
Okay, yeah. Dolphins heading up to Giant Stadium to play the New York Football Giants. I haven't picked the Giants in weeks, but I am going to pick the Giants this week. There's a Twitter handle out there. It's NYC Dolphins or Dolphins NYC. It's the huge group of Dolphins fans that live in New York. And so last week they were rooting for the Giants big time, just because of draft position. Keith, what do you got? Giants, Dolphins.
Yeah, I went with the Fins.
You can't keep a straight face.
I can't, but it did. I picked them.
Yeah.
Giants.
You got the Giants. I wouldn't mind losing to the Dolphins at this point. What is it like? We're a game behind. We're a game in front. I guess the way that you look. However you look at it.
When you get strength of schedule with the Bengals, we're talking about draft pick, I'm assuming, right? I was looking at it today. If you take the strength of schedule, we are still, one game behind the Bengals because they have one win on the season, I believe. Yeah, but if we have the equal amount of wins at the end of the season and we are both tied for the least amount of wins, we win based on strength of schedule.
That's the way to do it.
We would get the first round pick if we had the same amount of win-loss record as the Bengals.
So okay, so we picked the Giants, and Dolphins, but do you really want the Giants to win this game?
I don't.
If it's Eli, do you want the Giants to win this game?
If it's Eli, I do, because my heart's with Eli. You guys and everybody who watches the show or listens knows how much I love Eli. I will forego and take the number 2 or 3 pick, so he retires. I want him to get that. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm rooting for the Giants to win. I just don't think they're going to win. That's really what it comes down to. I'm rooting for Eli to get his little last home game, last hurrah, big cheers from the crowds, everybody chanting his name, and his walk-off as a 500 quarterback with the Giants. I just feel that the Dolphins try a little harder than we do sometimes. I hate to say that, but it's
true.
Well,
wow. Yeah, I think that the Dolphins are a much better coach team than we are.
Right, because they have better coach and they do hustle. They play a little bit of a cleaner game. We have more talent, and we don't play like we do, but we have more talent. But they are better coach, and like I was saying earlier, the better coach team usually will win if the talent differential is not completely off balance.
Yeah,
I'm going with my heart. I got to pick the Giants against the Dolphins.
I'm picking the Giants too, but just like against the Eagles, I didn't want the Giants to win. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want them to win, but it's not like I'm sitting there pumping my fist when the Eagles score a touchdown, because that's just not in my DNA. But I didn't want the Giants to win. So now, well, that's a good segue. Eagles at the Redskins. Redskins played the Packers really tough. In at Lambeau. So this is a toss up to me. I think I'm even going to go with the Redskins because they're home.
I hope they end in a tie because I hate them both.
That's not going to happen though. So pick one.
But so this game, if the Redskins beat the Eagles, that pretty much kind of kind of crushes the Eagles' chances at the playoffs. So who would you rather see win the division, the Eagles or the Cowboys? Which, by the way, I don't think either team can win any playoff game, so I'm not really concerned about either of these teams. But who would you rather win the division?
Me, I would rather the Cowboys.
Oh wow!
Because there's a couple of Eagle fans close to us. I don't want to hear their mouth. Number one, number two, that might mean that Garrett gets to keep his job, so they have a longer stretch of mediocrity ahead of them.
Is exactly what I was thinking, because you heard these rumors about Garrett would want to coach the Giants. So let the Cowboys win the division.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. Let the Cowboys win the division. Let them get to the playoffs, and that gives Jerry Jones an out to fire him. And then we don't have to deal with that, because you know the Giants would interview him, and I don't need that kind. That would be the most depressing thing.
Wow. Seeing his stupid face. Oh my god.
I mean, he was better than Chandler, but he's not. He's not a championship coach.
I hate the Cowboys more than anything, almost as much as the Skankies. So I don't want them ever to win anything. I'll suffer with the Eagles. I just want them to be buried in mediocrity and never win. And he does. Next pick.
All right. Well, I thought that would like shorten that, but okay. Next, did you pick the Eagles or the Redskins?
I picked the Eagles.
You did.
I don't recall what I picked.
You said Redskins.
No, I didn't. I think I picked what I said earlier this afternoon was the Eagles, but I don't recall.
You said you want them both to be in a tie, so you didn't pick one yet.
Yeah, because I hate them both. Yeah. No,
I hope that happens,
on our,
man.
CineSportsTalk picks, and I think I picked the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. You picked the Eagles.
I did.
You are correct, sir. All right, now that one's out of the way, Seahawks with another road game, this time against the Panthers. They had been undefeated on the road. They lost last week on the road. They have a game on the road again this week against the Panthers.
Seahawks. They're a better team. I'm
going with the Seahawks also.
Pretty sure I picked the Seahawks too.
You are 100% correct about that, sir. You did pick the Seahawks. Divisional rivalry game. The Bears heading to Green Bay to play the Packers.
It's a good game.
I'm going with the Packers.
I'm going with the Fudge Packers.
The Fudge Packers.
The Fudge Packers. I'm going with the Packers.
The Packers. All right. Next up, the Vikings head to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. I'm going with the Vikings.
Chargers for me.
Who did I pick on that front? I picked Chargers, I'm assuming, right? My force is telling me the Chargers.
You picked the Vikings.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, Vikings.
All right. Next up, a really great, fun game to watch. Jacksonville heading across the country to play Oakland. The 4-9 Jags at the 6-7 Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders only because they're at home.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders too, but they're literally almost tied in every statistical category. They're within.
I'm really not remembering who I picked yet.
You picked the Raiders.
I picked the Raiders also.
Yep.
I think you could pick any one of them. They both suck so bad. That's a tie game.
Yeah, that's I'll pick them.
Pick them. All right, the Browns. Browns head to Phoenix.
Duties.
Play the Cardinals.
Duty Browns.
I'm going to the Cardinals.
Browns for me.
This is another one of those pick'em games. I don't remember who I picked.
Browns.
I would have to say I probably picked the Cardinals.
You picked the Browns.
I did. Yep. All right, because of their offense. I didn't think the Cardinals would be able to continue.
You're wrong on every pick. Why you keep changing your mind, bro?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you may be picking the right ones now, you know.
You are sticking
because I'm shooting from the cuff right now, and what I picked on what I sent out, I actually kind of looked into the games, injury reports, and all that kind of crap.
Injuries. Rams heading to Dallas to play the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls.
I'm going with the Rams based on what I saw last Sunday night. They played really well. Gurley was fed the ball a lot. But But
Really, man.
with how things are going this year, who the hell knows? But I'm going to pick the Rams because I'll vomit if I pick the Cowboys.
That's a good point. Cowboys, though, I'll pick them.
Cowgirls.
I am pretty sure I went with the Jerry Joneses.
You went with the Rams.
I did?
You did. Can you see this if I put it up here?
All right, Rams.
That's my candy cute. Yeah,
That's
Rams.
why I research before I make picks, because if I pick off the top of my head, I pick with what I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And what you think isn't always what it is.
You're right about that. You are right about that. The last day game of the Sunday schedule, the Falcons head to the 49ers, and this is just going to be a complete disaster for the Falcons. 49ers,
Yeah,
definitely going to win.
Falcons are definitely going to blow them out of the water.
49ers.
Score way less points.
49ers. Let's go 49ers.
All right, and then the Sunday night game is a game that was flexed into this spot. I want to say it was the Browns and Cardinals that were supposed to be the late game, but they got flexed out because it's a shitty game. Buffalo heads to Pittsburgh in what is a pretty damn good matchup of really good defenses. And this is a pick'em game, just like Keith has been saying, and I'm going to go with the Steelers just because they are the home team.
Really? You're going to go with the Steelers, huh?
I am.
I'm going to go with Bills.
You are.
Pretty sure I went with the Bills too.
This is a stand up and notice me game. If they go down to Pittsburgh and take a game from them, it means a lot.
Yeah.
I hope the Giants build a system like the Steelers. They lose a Ben Roethlisberger and they still win because they have good talent, good system, good coaches. I mean, Giants
bring in Cowher. Bring in Cowher for the GMEN. Oh man, that would be fantastic.
We're just miserable.
But
not for the depressing stuff.
They not only lost their quarterback, they lost their running back for most of the season. They lost their number one wide receiver for most of the season, and when he hasn't been hurt, he's been terrible. So, and they're still 8-5.
So they gave up their premier running back, who turned out to be one of the most disappointing players of 2019, and that is Le'Veon Bell.
Bell. Last game is the Monday night game. We got the Colts and the Saints. And earlier this year, I would have said the Colts may give them a run for their money, but the Saints, I think last week, win, lose, or draw, the Saints and the 49ers separated themselves as the elites in the NFC. But there's no way the Colts are winning this game.
Nope.
No, not at home.
Saints all the way.
All right, so we got Saints and the Saints. And so with that win from last week with the 49ers, everything kind of got all jumbled up. This is not showing us anything. Okay, here we go. God, NFL.com. Pick it up. All right, so this is what the playoff picture is looking like right now. You see the 49ers moved up into the 1 seed. They were the 5 seed. The Packers were the 2 seed. They're still a 2 seed. So the reason why the 49ers at 10-2 were the 5 seed, that's ridiculous. Imagine the 5 seed having this 10-2. That's who you got to face. But the reason was because the 6-7 Cowboys are in first place in the NFC in the NFC East, so they're automatically the 4 seed.
At 6-7. Wow.
At 6-7 for now. It kind of reminds me of a few years back. The Seahawks won that division at 7-9. That was the year where the cheating, another bunch of cheaters, where they were filtering. Remember, they were filtering in the crowd noise with the speaker system.
Mm-hmm.
the 12th man.
Everybody cheats.
Everybody does it.
You know who does that too? Switching sports, the Braves.
The Braves are losers.
I don't know if y'all ever been up to a game in Georgia, but there's a lot of crowd noise coming from with the speakers within the stadium.
They're trying to make it like there's people there.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. When I
No, 90% of that is speakers.
Oh my God, pathetic chokers.
Yeah, because they were telling me when I went up there about a month ago, they were saying nobody that lives in Atlanta is from Atlanta, so that's why the fan base there is just not good.
That's pathetic.
So rounding out the playoffs as it stands right now would be the Vikings and the Saints, Seahawks, and the Cowgirls. In the NFC, the Patriots still have the 2 seeds, so they would still get a first round bye. And it looks like if the Chiefs don't get things going, then the Patriots will have a first round bye no matter what. But the Ravens have the number 1 seed, Patriots number 2, and then you got the Steelers, the Chiefs at 3rd seed. For the moment, but they've already clinched the playoff spot. Steelers, the 6th seed, so they would match up against each other in the first round, and then Buffalo would play the Texans in that scenario. But you have teams like the Titans are. See, this is why sports are not fair. The Titans are 8-5, not in the playoffs. Cowgirls 6-7, they'd be in the playoffs. And I remember that year that the Seahawks were 7-9 and won the division. The Giants had either 10 or 11 wins, and they missed the playoffs. Not fair. But
I think the balance of talent amongst teams, or the balance of the playoff picture in the AFC, I should say, is going to be much better games than it is in the NFC. NFC later rounds, you might have some really good games, but definitely throughout from start to end, AFC will have better played, better matched games. The talent, the teams, the competition. AFC is a better league right now, and I hate to say that because I'm an NFC guy, but they are definitely a better league right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, the NFC is kind of really top heavy.
Yeah.
Right,
they're like Dolly Parton. Jacked up cupcake.
From Brooklyn, baby.
Top heavy, Dolly Parton, the Giants sucking, and this whole entire show is brought to you by Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters. From their roastery to your front door. So order a delicious bag of jacked up cupcake, which is what we like to call our buddy Rodriguez over there. We also have my favorite, Winter Wonderland. You got to clean your cuticles, bro. There's the high jacked up cupcake is actually part of the high energy line. There's a whole bunch of different high energy coffees out there. Cinnabuzz is one of them. Love Cinnabuzz. We also have the dark roast dark chocolate, all the delicious chocolatey flavor with how many calories?
0.
Boom. So order yours now. Do we have a code? Do we have any freebie codes?
We do have a code. It is it's a baseball code, but it's hot stove.
Hot stove, all capital letters and numbers, even though there's no numbers in it. Hot stove. So if you order 2 bags and use the promo code hot stove, you'll get your 3rd bag free, and it'll give you a chance to try a 3rd bag of the delicious flavors. Honestly, you can't lose with any of the flavors. Check them out now. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. Guaranteed to ship within 25 hours of its roast date from their roastery to your front door.
That was really impressive.
That was good for winging it, right?
Yeah, it was.
Very good.
For those of you out there looking for a recommendation, I see nothing better that you can do on like a Sunday morning than waking up with a tall cup of morning wood.
Oh, I forgot to mention. How can they lose out and not mention the easiest joke there is?
All right,
listen. Morning wood now. You want to see?
No. Oh, look. It's okay to look now, Rodriguez.
Okie dokie.
All right. Social media time. I don't have the sound effects right now. Facebook group, the We Stomped You Out show by CineSportsTalk, which is where you're watching us right now. And YouTube at CineSportsTalk, Snapchat at CineSportsTalk. And of course, you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, all that good stuff.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like in New York, we're everywhere.
This show, of course, the other best show on the network, Put in the Book show. But there's a ton of good shows out there. The Just Too Sweet show. You guys, they still doing a basketball show? Kyle and them?
No. Ralph is a rat, and he left.
Okay. So
you know why he left?
Why?
I couldn't see Endgame 3 days early.
Are you? Wow. Okay. Do we really want to talk about that on the?
Nope. Let's move it on.
Yeah.
So
that is crappy though.
Yeah, that's all right. That shows character. Shows lack of character there.
Isn't he a Cowboy fan?
No, he's a Dolphins fan. He's also a Yankee fan.
Enough said.
All right, so that's good. You know, we took out some of the trash there. Yeah, there's a ton of good shows. The Nobodies, they just started doing some video. So you can actually see the Nobodies now. That is on YouTube. Look them. They have their own video feed on YouTube. It's the Nobodies. KNOW.
Nobodies.
Bodies on YouTube.
Nobody.
They're also they're going to be expanding a little bit to talk about some more pop culture stuff, some music stuff, and all that good stuff. But good to see that they are now on video. Next week, for those of you watching, next week, Tuesday, is our the Put in the Books season finale, season 2.
Yes, can't wait.
Next Tuesday. Wednesday night, we have a little surprise for you. More to come on that. We tried to do the surprise yesterday, but it just didn't work out. So now we shift that to next Wednesday.
Right.
We will discuss when we'll be doing this show next week. We'll figure that out at some point. But that's pretty much it. That's how we roll around
64 days till pitchers and catchers report.
Oh, yeah. Really quick on the injury report for the Giants, Jenkins did not practice today. He's got an ankle thing. And by the way, he was going on and on. If you want a little bit of comedy relief, look up Jenkins's Twitter. And he was just going kind of back and forth with fans saying, you know, I'm just one guy. I really don't make a big difference, that kind of stuff. Limited practice, Danny Jones.
Wow.
He's a limited practice. Ellison had a concussion. Evan Ingram, again, has that foot issue. I don't see him coming back this week. Full practice was Golden Tate, who had a little bit of a foot thing going on, but he's out there practicing in full. He's also coming off a concussion a few weeks ago, but he seems to be good there. Ballantyne also. Speedy guy, he's out with a concussion, still in concussion protocol, and that is about it. I don't see any other injury news. And
Does it matter? Honestly,
of course.
I mean, what? Who cares? They're not gonna. So annoying, those freaking Giants.
So the Jackrabbit's not playing this week. I mean, Jackrabbit.
Probably not. And you know, here's one more stupid question the reporters are asking. They asked Saquon a stupid question, and they asked Danny Dimes, "Where did Keith go? Why is Keith on doing this?" He dropped. So really quick, these last two things.
It is.
Yeah, but you did that, and Keith disappeared.
Oh, there you go.
Look at him.
Wow.
You did that, huh? So they asked
He's so special.
They asked Danny Dimes, they said, "Hey, is it different watching the game from the sidelines as opposed to being the starter?"
Is it?
Wow.
That's one. And then number two is this is more of a thing to like point out. And I think that they were trying to, I don't know if they're trying to test Barkley and see how he holds up to these questions or these comments that are made. But they kind of asked him, when was the last time, you know, you haven't had a 100-yard game in 7 games. When was the last time that happened? What are you doing? Like, first of all,
they said you haven't had a 100-yard game in 7 games. I'm sorry, what, Rodriguez?
They're looking for news. They're just trying to stimulate, trying to get something.
But that's stupid. As a reporter,
let me get this straight. They said you haven't had a 100-yard game in 7 games. When was the last time that happened?
But like, has it ever happened? When was the last time that happened before that? So
his second year in the league.
So he bounced back and he said, it didn't happen in college, because there's only 11 games in college, and I probably wouldn't have gotten picked where I was picked if I had 7 straight games, not 100 yards in college. I thought it was
that tells me. That tells me the reporters are struggling to ask questions too, because there's nothing to ask questions about.
Yeah.
So you suck. What are you gonna do about it, Shermer? Hey, your team sucks. What are you gonna do? They'll win eventually. I mean, I want to sip what he's sipping. I mean, that dude must be drinking. He must be doing 151 Bacardi before and after the game. Maybe during too.
Let's close this bad boy out the only way we should, and that is with Keith's Fwakata of the week. Yeah,
I don't even know what the Fwakata, but I'm going to just pick one thing, okay? Because I hate them. So I am going to Fwakata. I am going to Fwakata the Cowboys, but I'm going to do it opposite Fwakata. I'm going to Fwakata them to win, so they have to keep Garrett. So Fwakata Cowboys and get stuck with Garrett.
It's a hurtful Fwakata. Hurt you for the next decade.
That's a Kyle thing. Kyle picked against the Cowboys because he hates them. He said, I hate my Cowboys now. I don't know.
That's what every Cowboy fan says.
All right, fellas. Excellent show. I appreciate you guys joining me as always. Tim, I hope you're enjoying Jumanji, and we will talk to you all next week. We'll keep you posted on all the good stuff. Check us out Sunday, and we'll get some score predictions from you guys in the Facebook group. And until then, peace.
7 days to Star Wars.
No, we had to get something like that in. All right,
nerd.
Later.
Peace.